Controversial slogans were raised at the JNU campus during a protest that was organized by the JNUSU on the 5th of January, as in yesterday. And the protest came in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision rejecting the bail pleas of activists Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam in the Delhi riots case. There were controversial slogans that were raised. This as the Supreme Court rejected bail for Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, both incarcerated for over 5 years in connection with what the Delhi police believes is the larger conspiracy behind the Delhi communal violence of 2020, while granting bail to Gulfisha Fatima, Miran Haider, Shifa Rahman, Shadab Ahmed and Mohammad Salim Khan. The Supreme Court had claimed that to disregard the distinction between the central roles played by some accused and the facilitatory role played by other accused would itself result in arbitrariness. And now, controversial slogans have been raised at the JNU campus at a protest that was organized by the JNUSU on the 5th of January, as in yesterday. Just listen in to what these slogans were. All right, Akhil tracking the latest developments for us. He joins us live with all the details at the moment. Akhil, we're told controversial slogans were raised at the JNU campus. At whose behest? Who was present? Lay out all the details for us. What actually happened?
Well, Parmeshwar, if you see what we have seen that the last evening at around 9 p.m. an unfortunate incident has taken place inside the JNU campus. What we have seen that near the Sabarmati Hostel, this protest was basically organized by some of the left-leaning JNU Students Union students over there. And at that point in time, what we have seen that several slogans were chanted at that point in time, which is also included in which what we have seen that there were certain slogans which were against the Prime Minister Modi, Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah as well. So these were the slogans that were chanted against the Prime Minister and the Union Home Minister. So with regard to that, Delhi police has said that they have not received any kind of formal complaint from the JNU side. But
we'll continue to track all the finer developments and whether a case is actually filed or whether this matter is even escalated. Joining us on behalf of the BJP for a quick comment at the moment is Pradeep Bhandari. Mr. Bhandari, given the Supreme Court's verdict, how does the BJP view these slogans raised at JNU?
So this video is out in the open. Your channel is breaking it. This is appropriation of anti-nationalism, and this is exactly the urban Naxal lobby which is rattled and frustrated because an anti-national like Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam have been denied bail from the Honorable Supreme Court of India, and the Honorable Supreme Court prima facie found the accusations against them true. But what I believe that there should be an FIR in this case, and these quote-unquote urban Naxals should be booked and they should be tried as per the due process of law. Because this is not dissent, this is purely appropriation of an anti-India feeling, and this is also a threat of to life to the Honorable Prime Minister. What do you mean by Kabr Khudegi?
Right, Mr. Bhandari, thank you so much for joining us on behalf of the BJP. Akhil Jamil is still with us, tracking all the finer developments. Akhil, in terms of any escalatory action, is a police report likely to be filed in the matter, or are university officials likely to escalate this issue?
Well, see, a few moments back, I was spoken to the DCP of the Southwest District because the JNU campus comes under the Southwest District, and the DCP has said that so far that no FIR has been lodged because there was no complaint in this case. And right now, the Delhi police has not taken any suo moto action with regard to that. But it's very likely that ABVP, because I have spoken to some of the sources in the ABVP, they have said that they are going to complain with the Southwest District police team. But so far, if you see what we have seen, that such kind of provocative slogans were raised against Prime Minister Modi and Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah as well inside the very campus of Sabarmati Hostel, when these students, some of the students who were basically part of the left-leaning group from the JNU were present at that point in time where these slogans were being chanted inside the very campus of the JNU.
Meanwhile, Akhil, for the benefit of our viewers, break down what the Supreme Court had said while rejecting Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam's bail plea.
Well, Parmeshwar, if you see on Monday, what we have seen that Supreme Court has basically rejected the bail which was earlier requested, the bail plea which was filed for Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid in this case, and basically the statement, the main statement, basically the Supreme Court has given with regard to that that each case is basically was being examined individually, and five other co-accused in this case were basically granted bail, but these two co-accused, Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, were not granted bail because their cases were basically on a different footing level. So that was a statement which was basically given by the Supreme Court, which was qualitatively, if you see, their cases were on a different footing level. That is why they have not been granted bail. But five other accused in this case were basically granted bail by the Supreme Court.
Akhil, thanks so much for joining us with all the crucial details, breaking down the relevant context for us. Joining us further on behalf of the BJP, we have Shehzad Poonawalla on the broadcast. Mr. Poonawalla, thank you for your time. Given the Supreme Court's verdict, how does your party view the continued protests, the slogans that were raised at JNU, especially in the context of law and order?
You see, ever since the Supreme Court order on Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam has come, the entire ecosystem has gone mad. And if you see these death slogans, these murderous slogans which have been chanted in JNU, these are quite similar to the slogans you must have heard during the Congress rally, ki Modi teri kabar khudegi, aaj nahi to kal khudegi. So now they want to kill the Prime Minister because the Supreme Court has given a verdict on Umar Khalid and Sherjeel. And by the way, if you just see the series of statements yesterday, you will see Prithviraj Chavan, Brinda Karat, Hussein Dalwai, Udit Raj, all of them have come and said that Umar to masoom hai, ये तो स्टूडेंट है, he is not this, he is not that, communal है order. So this kind of narrative is being created not just by these left loony students, but also by the mainstream political leaders, and therefore they are slogans that are emanating out of Congress party and left party headquarters.
Mr. Poonawalla, meanwhile, how would you respond to your critics who say the BJP is suppressing free speech?
No, are you serious? I mean, how is this free speech to call for the death of the Prime Minister, or to say chicken neck kaat denge, or to say Burhan Wani, you will continue to live on, or to say that Kashmir is being illegally occupied? I don't know, how is this any kind of free speech? Free speech does not entail this. Even Ambedkar ji never contemplated this would be part of free speech. I mean, it's a lame excuse. Is the Supreme Court suppressing free speech when it denied relief to Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid? Please read that order of the Supreme Court. It has gone into so much details as to it's not just about the speech but the activities of these two people which were responsible for the Delhi riots, and it was not a organic riot, it was an orchestrated riot. It has gone into depth and details, and they have in fact said that 1 year these people can't even apply for bail. So I think the Supreme Court's wisdom should not be challenged, and this is not a matter of free speech, this is a matter of terrorist speech.
Right, Mr. Poonawalla, thank you so much for joining us on behalf of the BJP. Let's revert to Akhil Jamil tracking the case details. Akhil, what follow-up investigations or developments can we now expect regarding this case?
See, in this case, what we have been seeing that Delhi police team, the special cell team, is also basically investigating this entire Delhi riots case, which basically took place back then in the year 2020. At that point in time, what we have been seeing that the head of a state from the United States, Donald Trump, was present in Delhi at that point in time when that unfortunate tragedy took place, in which what we have seen that several persons were killed, including, if you see, an IB officer, Mr. Ankit Sharma, was also killed in that very unfortunate incident. And if you see that investigation has been going on for the last 5.5 years. So far, what we have seen that there were several co-accused who were basically granted bail from time to time. What we have seen, but in this case, what we have seen that recently on Monday, what we have seen, the Apex Court has basically granted bail to 5 other co-accused in connection with the case. But if you see 2 other co-accused whose name has come forward in this case, who are basically Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, both of them have not been granted bail by the Apex Court. But if you see in this case, we have been regularly seeing that as far the investigation goes, what we have seen on Monday, that the Apex Court has granted bail to Gulfisha Fatma, Miran Haider, Shifaur Rahman, Mohammad Salim Khan and Shada Ahmed. So these were the 5 individuals who were basically granted bail by the Apex Court. But if you see on the part of granting bail to Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, the Supreme Supreme Court, the Apex Court, has made it very clear that each case is being investigated and basically looked into this matter on a very quantitative format, and in which what we have seen that the court has said that if you just go by the qualitative approach, their role is basically on a different footing level. So right now that is going to be investigated by the Delhi police further as the investigation and examination basically concerns in this Delhi riots case back then in 2020.
Akhil, as always, thanks so much. We'll of course revert to you for regular updates.